Hey everybody, where's Yogi today? Yogi is in Ozaukee County in the area known as Waubeka. Today is June 13th. Tomorrow is June 14th. June 14th is known for two things, in my opinion only. June 14th, Flag Day. And it's Yogi's birthday. So tomorrow's my birthday. The reason I'm in Waubeka is because this is where this little schoolhouse we're about to check out is where Flag Day was founded. And they're all decked out. Look at that. We got all the flags decked out. I believe it's all 50 states. I have filmed here before, but not lately. So look at that, just flags a-waving everywhere. Yeah, they have an event here tomorrow, but I will not be attending. But I thought I'd stop by and check it out. Look at that, flags are waving high today. It's very windy. I brought the microphone, the DJI mini mic with me today, so hopefully the wind noise shouldn't be a problem. Hi, not me. We're turning that way. Ready? Go. Yeah, it's pretty cool. All the flags. I generally don't see all the flags here. This is probably just because of the celebration for Flag Day. It's pretty neat though. All the flags. And up here, I think the flags are waving up there. Oh yeah, it is. Let's see if we can get the old gimbal to do its thing here. Way up high. Wow, I have never seen the inside here. This is really, really cool. Wow, look at all these old books. I was not expecting this whatsoever. Wow, very neat.
My name is Bob Eichner. I am a fill-in docent today.
Okay.
Tomorrow I will be playing Bernard Seagren.
Oh, nice.
Kind of master of ceremonies for their program.
Okay.
But yeah, this is our claim to fame.
Yeah.
In Waubeka, Wisconsin.
Right. I've never been.
Yeah.
I filmed this area before a couple years ago.
Okay.
But I've never been in the schoolhouse itself. And this is really, really neat.
It's had a long history. It was actively used until about the mid-teens, 1912 or 13, something like that.
Okay.
Went into disrepair for a little bit. The county bought it and used it as a garage.
Oh, wow.
For their equipment. They eventually built a facility down in Waubeka. And then the Ozaukee County Historical Society purchased it. It was in the mid-40s, I think. And they renovated it. This is the original desk that was in here. On the inside cover is the names of all the teachers.
Oh, wow. Very
And
neat.
the years that they served. It actually started after Bernard Seagren was here.
Okay.
Bernard Seagren was here from 1885 to 1886. And on June 14th, 1885, he put American, then 38 star flag in an inkwell and asked the kids to write an essay on what the flag means to me. And the current Flag Day Foundation carries on that tradition every year for Flag Day. They do an essay contest of the same caliber. But he spent the next almost 50 years pushing for a national recognition of Flag Day. In 1912, Woodrow Wilson declared June 14th to be Flag Day. And in 1949, Harry Truman actually made it a national holiday.
Proclamation,
Not a federal
yeah,
holiday, but
right.
a national holiday. Wow. And Dr. Sigrid passed away in 1932. So he never saw it to come to fruition, but he wrote hundreds of articles and newspaper editorials, and he was a teacher, he was a dentist, he was a Navy veteran, World War I. He was a professor, he was a dean of a college in Illinois. He did it all.
Is his grave in Wisconsin or no?
No, he is actually buried in Aurora, Illinois. That is where he spent the later part of his life. They do a similar celebration on Flag Day in his honor. There are three, the Duchy, what is it called? The Duchy of Luxembourg commissioned 3 busts. One is outside of his boyhood home, or his parents' boyhood home in Borgland, it's on post over there in Luxembourg.
Okay.
One is right outside our Flag Day Museum, and the other one is at his grave in Aurora, Illinois.
Oh, okay. Very nice.
So he was a true patriot. He did not, tolerate. I think he'd be kind of offended by some of the stuff that goes on today. Just,
yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah, this is, and in 2004, a resolution was passed in Congress that officially made Waubeka, Wisconsin, the birthplace of Flag Day.
Very nice.
We're very, very proud of that.
What time does the festivities start tomorrow?
4 o'clock.
Okay.
We're open at 9 we got games for kids and scavenger hunts and things like that, refreshment. But there's a formal program, and we actually have someone coming from the Luxembourg embassy to speak. We have had visitors from his national hometown, have come and visited. So yeah, it's a nice little program. It's kind of after the parade and program downtown, so you won't be missing out on anything if you come to one or the other. So.
And the parade starts at?
The parade starts down at the Americanism Center downtown Waubeka at 1:30.
Okay.
And they have what they call a Patriot program, starting at 11 o'clock before the parade. But then there's refreshments all day, and food and drink, food trucks, and several civic organizations are doing food stands. And
thank you, Bob. I appreciate that very, very much. The last name again?
Eichner.
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 Bob Eichner. All right, Bob. Well, thank you very much. I want to look around a little bit more. Thank you for the information, and I'm glad you're open today because this is really very, very neat. We need to remember this stuff and keep this stuff going.
Yeah, that's why we feel it's a little claim to fame, and it doesn't.
Right. That's pretty neat there. You got a history lesson. If you folks want to take a history lesson, we can do that right there. Here's a picture of Abe.
It's actually a unique situation because Waubeka is named for a Sauk Indian chief.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got that whole under history.
Right.
And they actually existed at the same time. Bernard Seagram's father, Bernard Seagram, and Chief Waubeka lived at the same time. So it's that.
Any idea did they ever cross paths?
Well, I'm sure they did.
Okay.
Because the summer camp for Chief Waubeka was on the river, and it was just down the hill from his home.
Okay. So we got down here, we've got McGuffey's Third Eclectic Reader Revised Edition. If I could just get this thing to go where I need it to go. I love this camera, but the gimbal's got a mind of its own and it just keeps moving. And oh wow, and they're actually, wow.
They actually do a lesson.
Look at that.
They do school trips here.
Good.
They actually do a lesson.
Good.
Get to learn what it was all about.
Whether it sticks is one thing, but
As a matter of fact, tomorrow we have games for kids, and they were games that the kids played
back in the
back
day.
in that day. Yeah.
Are all the books original to the schools, you know?
Not sure.
Okay.
I think a lot of it has been just donated or collected. You know, libraries do a fire sale every once in a while.
Mm-hmm. Good way to get them.
Yep.
Well, thank
But,
you very much.
Yeah, the whole thing had to be rebuilt once we got it back from the county.
Right.
You know, so it's a best replica we can have.
No, don't do that. I want to zoom. There we go.
Yeah, the
Very
key stuff on the blackboard is what. Some of it is where the names came from. Obviously, Waubeka was named for Chief Waubeka.
Mm-hmm.
Saukville was named for the tribe. Ozaukee means yellow land. The area that's known as Cedarburg, they called Tuscola. Mequon was really Mequon, and it was named for Waubeka's daughter.
I know that. That one I knew. I did know the Ozaukee Yellow Land, but
And then Milwaukee, they called it Melwark, which is kind of where the Milwaukee came from. Just, you know, we Europeans are so good at coming up with our own pronunciation.
Mm-hmm. German. I'm German.
And then the Fredonia area, they actually called it Midegawakan.
So this is Stony Hill School, folks, in Waubeka, Wisconsin. Waubeka?
Waubeka, yes.
I always catch myself. I'm like, it's Waubeka, not Waubeka. That's Bernard Seagrand right there.
That is he.
That is the founder of Flag Day.
And they doubled up and just keep that in.
There's Bernard Seagrand right there, the father of Flag Day.
This school served about a mile.
Storyboard there. And then we've got a Luxembourg roots.
Kids who were down in Waubeka came up here. About a half mile away.
Well, his great uncle,
Dr. My wife, yeah.
our son and his
Well,
wife.
welcome.
Thank you.
I'll have you know.
Look at that stove right there. That is so cool. Look at all these dresses they used to wear. Outfits, I guess, if you will. And there's all these old books up here.
Well, this is quite a story.
Old books all the way across.
That's a big deal.
And here's looks like a painting of a Flag Day ceremony at the school.
Was, I think, in 1919. And then it was turned over to Ozaukee County, who used it as the historical society.
More old books right here.
This desk, this is the original desk.
See if they have any books we would know.
And unfortunately,
Let's see
the
here.
tradition start with Bernard.
Yeah, I don't see any.
On the undercover is the teachers. Each of the teachers are
Look at those small little chairs right there.
storage facility.
And these desks. Man, look at these desks.
And it was actually the facility was owned by the city of Oak Creek. And they became,
These desks are so small.
so yeah. But it's a labor of love to maintain, complete repainting of it a few years ago.
Well, you obviously have a very active historical society that, you know,
So you're-
has a claim to fame and has kept it.
All right, thank you, Bob. I'm so glad they were open today. I didn't think they'd be open. But again, like Bob said, I'm going to be uploading this on the 14th, so obviously you're not going to be able to come here or anything if you're in the area. Well, if you're in the area, you're going to know. So, got no water pump here. Does this thing actually go up and down? Oh, yeah. This elm tree here, They're going to try to get one of these planted in every state. And again, all these flags are temporary. They're not up all year round. They're only up through the 4th of July, and then they take them down. There's a sign, Birthplace of Flag Day, Stony Hill School. And there is the marker, official Wisconsin marker. It says here at Stony Hill School, Bernard J. Segrand, 19-year-old teacher, and his students held the first recognized observance of Flag Birthday on June 14th, 1885, with a flag 10 inches high, carrying 38 stars, standing in a bottle on the teacher's desk. After 31 years of crusading by Dr. Segrand, President Woodrow Wilson on June 14th, 1916, proclaimed the national observance of Flag Day. There's actually a little marker here as well. It's very faded. I don't even, a date to remember. I am so sorry, folks, but I cannot read that. It is too faded. Maybe if I had my glasses on I could, but I cannot read that. And then there's also a stone here. This property has been placed on the National Register of Historic Places by the United States Department of the Interior. There's another shot of the school. Suppose we can walk around the back here. Here's the bathrooms, or outhouses, which have since been closed off. I think we'll go check out the downtown area of Waubeka and see how they're decked out for the parade tomorrow. Their parade starts at 1:30 tomorrow. We are going to go check out downtown Waubeka, which is about a mile and a half that way. So let's get in the car and go check that out. We are just entering. There's a gentleman getting his field ready. And there's the sign for Waubeka. Welcome to Waubeka. National Flag Day Foundation, Birthplace of Flag Day. And the town is right down the road here. And it'll be hopping tomorrow for Flag Day celebrations. I pulled in here to this cemetery, and it's just a kind of a cool looking sign. And there's a sign for the Catholic cemetery, which is right here. A little bit creepy, this little building here. I just wanted to check it out because it's got the tattered curtains here on the window. That's kind of creepy, isn't it? And yes, it's in a cemetery, so it's probably even creepier. Can we see what's in there? I don't know. I think it's a chapel, actually. What's in there? I wonder how many people that went to the little schoolhouse are buried here, if any are. Here's the downtown area, or business district of Waubeka. All decked out and ready for tomorrow. It says mercantile. Is that open? That is open. Let's go check that out. And there's a Stony Hill Pub and Grill. Oh, they got a tent here for the festivities tomorrow. The Dog House, another place. They have a Flag Day Museum. It might be open. We can go check that out as well if it is. I didn't ask. I should have. But let's swing this car around and check out these little houses here, huh? Look at that. That's an abandoned old house. This might be abandoned right next to it. I don't know. But they've got some cool buildings here. Cool old buildings in Waubeka. I want to stop in that Mercantile on Main Place. Check out this old house here. Look at that. Look at this old building. It says Central House. Very neat. So it says Site 13. It's got a plaque. It says here, also known as the J. Miller Central House, this Germania House structure was originally built as a tavern and hotel. The proprietor was Mortez Rumer. John Fitzner later purchased the building. In the early 1900s, it was purchased by Henry, oh boy, Graveldinger. Extensive improvements were made to the property, including the addition of an ice cream parlor and a livery shed, to house the horses. The tables in the saloon were used for card games for the patrons' amusement during the afternoon and evening. An adjoining room was reserved for women who never sat in the bar room. Wow, that's interesting. And right there is the Mercantile on Seagrand. All right, that's pretty cool looking, huh? It was the Julius Kesslig store. Kesslig's general store dates back to the 1870s. The general store carried a full line of groceries, dry goods, shoes, and even furniture. The living quarters for a family of 6 was located on the 2nd floor. The store took in eggs, lard, butter, bacon, and potatoes from local farmers. In return, the farmers received credits that could be applied to the merchandise available in the store. The furniture was sold from the one-story section on the south side of the building. When the furniture business was phased out, this portion of the building housed the telephone office. Its switchboard was staffed by 3 operators. The grocery store later relocated to Fredonia in the late 1960s, where it reopened as Monahan's Foodland, operated by the Burnquist and Monahan families. That's all decked out for 4th of July and Flag Day. Look at that. Very cool. Oh, look at that truck right there. Is that a John Deere tractor right there? Kind of like a John Deere tractor. Very nice. All decked out for Flag Day. Very neat. They got a lot of stuff going on. And they got fireworks. They got the parade at 1 o'clock. I think it's 1:30. Yeah, patriotic parade. And then 4 o'clock up at the school, Stony Hill. They have they have a presentation up there. All right, so we're gonna walk into the Mercantile here on Seagrand. Look at this, very beautiful. Wow, very nice. More patriotic stuff for the 4th and for tomorrow. Oh wow, they got some man cave stuff over here in the back. They got a lot of patriotic stuff here, which is very nice. Just remember, folks, very, very neat. They've got like I don't know if you would technically call this a cigar Indian, or got the Indian here. That looks very cool as well. They got some patriotic shirts. I wonder if they have my size. I don't think so, but I'll look. No. Wow. Very, oh, wow, look at this. This is cool. This painting here. Very cool. I love those old-fashioned pedal cars. Those are so cool. I wonder if, oh, they are for sale. This is cool, the little man cave section. Wow. Neon signs. A huge Jack Daniels mirror. Wow. Unless you fell off the treadmill, no one wants to hear about your workout. That's funny. Lots of Jack Daniels stuff here. Let's see how much this is right here. I can't really tell. I think it's like $3.49 or something like that. That's not bad considering it's antique, you know. I love these old boxes here. These old boxes are really neat. We got some more down here. All right, just left the Mercantile on Sea Grand and picked me up something. Little gift, very cool. I want to check out the rest of the downtown area, so let's go check this stuff out real quick. Very sleepy today, but it's going to be really busy tomorrow. I like this church right here. Let's turn the old camera around. There's got another plaque here on this flagpole. What does this one say? It says, "We the people of this community and of Wisconsin erected this memorial commemorating the founder of Flag Day, Lieutenant B.J. Seagrand, USN, professor of dentistry and historical author. Born in this village October 1st, 1886, died May 16th, 1932. So this was actually dedicated in 1948. And then we have this beautiful little sculpture here. I believe that's Mary. If I'm wrong, don't butcher me in the comments. I'm just guessing here. But this looks like a house, actually, I think. Maybe it is a house. I don't know. Anyways, very neat little church. I can see the bell up there in the bell tower. And there's the central house again. Very neat. There's a sign for the church, Our Lady of the Rosary. And then we've got these cool old garages right here. They're actually open, so I don't want to get too nosy and film on the inside, but like old garage, same building right there, garage, and then there's one over there. And there's like an old, what must have been a gas station down there on that end there. One more shot of Mercantile on Sea Grand. This is actually a road here. Memorial Drive, that's an old building. What was that? I don't know, we gotta look. J.H. Kesslig, or Klessig. J.H. Klessig, 1905. You know, it looks to me like it could have been the old firehouse. I don't know. Anybody who's watching this from Waubeka, maybe you could tell me. That's just my guess. And there is the Waubeka Fire Department. Thank you, gentlemen, for your service. Greatly appreciated. Ooh. And over here, we've got this little, what's left of this building here. That's kind of caving in the roof. And then there's Waubeka Fireman's Park. Right there. Nice little park area. So we're gonna go see if the Flag Day Museum's actually open. I don't know if it is. It is getting close to like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I mean, we can look. There's cars here. Thank you for our event sponsors. This is called Founders Pavilion. BJ Seagrand, father of the Flag Day. They got a beautiful bell outside here. Well, that's a bummer. They're only open by appointment. You would think, tomorrow being Flag Day, they would have this open this weekend, but you have to go to nationalflagday.com and make an appointment in order to see the museum. Bummer. Well, maybe next year. They're going to be having some kind of ceremony here. Got all the chairs set up. There's an America 250 flag. America's Navy just celebrated their 250th. There you go. God bless the USA. And here's the storyboard. National Flag Day Foundation Americanism Center and Museum. The former Grandview School, erected in 1957, was purchased by the foundation from the Northern Ozaukee School District on January 2nd, 1995. The Americanism Center and Museum today serves as the headquarters of the National Flag Day Foundation. It houses the Avenue of Flags and 3 distinct museums, including a military room, a commerce room, and a community room. Each is filled with decades of local history and artifacts, including family photos and writings of Dr. Bernard J. Seagrand, the father of our modern Flag Day. The facility serves many civic and community groups, including the Waubeka 4-H, Fredonia Boy Scout Troop, Fredonia Lions Club, Warren Kane VFW Post 410, and the Community Senior Center. And here's the school, former school, where the museum is. But unfortunately, unless you have an appointment, you're not going to check it out. I can't seem to go anywhere in Waubeka without finding something cool. Like, look at this one. Look at that cool building right there. That is cool, huh? And another pub. It's the Old Glory Gastro Pub. You know, Waubeka, you've got quite a few pubs for being such a small area. I'm just saying. Check out this beauty right here. Look at that. Oh, that's cool. That's a cool building. Look at that. That's a beautiful little house here on the corner, huh? Look at this one right here. Look at this little place. That's cool. Look at that. Very neat. I don't think I've ever done demographics, or notable people, or anything like that from Waubeka. So I am going to do that right now. Waubeka is an unincorporated census-designated place in the town of Fredonia, Ozaukee County, Wisconsin, United States. Located on the Milwaukee River, the community is part of the Milwaukee metropolitan area. As of the 2020 census, its population is 640, down from 657 at the 2010 census. Inhabited by Native Americans into the mid-1800s, Waubeka was named for a Potawatomi chief who was friendly with the first white settlers who arrived in the area in the 1840s. Waubeka was the site of the first formal observance of Flag Day in 1885, and today the community is home to the National Flag Day Foundation's Americanism Center, which serves as the organization's headquarters and contains a museum. Bet you didn't know this, in the Potawatomi language, Waubeka means metal. Eventually, the Potawatomi gathered in northern Wisconsin, where they formed the Forest County Potawatomi community. In the 1840s, Waubeka was the largest settlement in the town of Fredonia. The first European civilization was from settlers who were English, Irish, Scottish, and Yankees from the East Coast. In 1848, a group of German immigrants arrived from Prussia and settled in the northern part of Waubeka. Luxembourger and Belgian newcomers settled in eastern Waubeka, while others from Bavaria and Saxony settled in the northwest. And for notable people, there's only one. Bernard J. Seagrand, founder of Flag Day in the United States, was born in Waubeka. He was born in 1866, he passed away in 1932. A dentist, he has a strong claim to being considered the father of Flag Day in the United States. He practiced dentistry in Chicago, Batavia, and Aurora, and was the third dean of Columbian Dental College, now the University of Illinois at Chicago College of Dentistry, serving in that post from 1903 to 1906. Working as a grade school teacher in Waubeka, Wisconsin in 1885, Seagrand held the first recognized formal observance of Flag Day at Stony Hill School, which we were at earlier in the episode. The school has been restored, and a bust of Seagrand also honors him at the National Flag Day Americanism Center, which we went to, and you saw that bust earlier in the episode as well. He is not buried here, though. He is buried at Riverside Cemetery in Montgomery, Illinois. And as far as demographics go, other than the population being 640 down from 657, that's all the information I have as far as demographics and notable people for Waubeka. Look at that. This is the old button factory. You can barely see the sign. I'm going to try to not get poison ivy and show you it. Let's try to put this, zoom this in. Yeah, that didn't really help much. It says the button factory, constructed before 1890, is an important part of the history of early industrial Waubeka. Water ran through a flume from the mill dam to a turbine in the factory. The turbine powered button punchers that made buttons from river clamshells. The buttons were sold to Marshall Field and Company in Chicago. Mr. Sheridan bought the property around 1990. He replaced the rotted roof on this factory with a new roof, which resulted in a legal battle with local authorities. Mr. Sheridan was allowed to keep the roof after paying a hefty fine. The building and property which runs to bridge are for sale. Wisconsin state law enables the reconstruction of historical buildings in floodplains. Please do not remove anything from this property. Well, that's not going to happen because I'm not planning on removing anything. And there it is, the old button factory here in Waubeka. Right there's the river. Actually, that's a pond. Actually, that's a pond right down. That's a pond right down there. The river's a little bit farther over. But look at that building, huh? That's pretty neat. The old button factory. And down the road a ways here, we've got the old mill. Now, as you can see, there's a nice big fence around it. No trespassing signs aplenty. There's a sign that says, Save Mill and Button Factory. That's too bad. Beautiful structures, that and the button factory. If I can find some pictures of this area back in the day, I will put them up here. Look at that. We're right by a sportsman's club, so you can hear gunshots going off. Look at that. Oh man, such a beautiful structure. Oh wow. Well, now I can see where they have the fence up. Holy crap. Look at that. Holy cow. Wow. Oh, that's so sad to see. So sad to see the history just going by the wayside like that. Man, if I won the lottery, I'd throw some money at fixing this. I don't think you can, though. Just looking at the structure, I don't think you could fix this without just redoing everything. What a shame. It really saddens me to see these buildings anywhere I go, just kind of falling into such a state of disrepair that you can't, chances are you're not going to be able to save that building. But at least I was able to document it while it's still standing. So that's going to do it for this episode of Road Trips with Yogi, folks. Please give it a thumbs up. If you liked the episode, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate that. There's a thing called hyping on YouTube now. Consider hyping. And if you really like what I do and would love to support my adventures and help me out, there's a Patreon page, and you can become a YouTube member. You will get one bonus ad-free. At least I'm not paying for monetization on YouTube. Whether YouTube does, that's another thing, but members only episodes are ad-free. I don't monetize them. I don't make any money off the members only episodes. So if you would like to become a member of this channel for as little as $2.99 a month, the price of a bottle of 20-ounce Pepsi, Coke, you name it, at a gas station, you could support this channel and get 4 bonus videos a month. And I'll be doing live streams just for members. So please consider doing all those things, folks. Until the next episode, I am Yogi from Waubeka, Wisconsin. Take care. It's in Ozaukee County, by the way. It's just west of Fredonia on Highway A. Pretty sure it's A. Yeah, it's A. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Be good to yourselves. I know I said it backwards, but it all sounds the same, right? From Waubeka, Wisconsin, and this old mill, which sadly won't be around much longer, this is Yogi. I'm out of here.